friends, good to be back with you. Let's talk about synastry today and Mars in conjunct to partners Pluto. What happens when we see this? So the Mars person, and again, synastry is chart-to-chart comparison, so it's not composite that we're talking about today. The Mars person can be really careful about getting involved with the Pluto person because they can feel somewhat threatened by the strength of the Pluto person. So this is a conversation between power points in people's personalities. And the Mars person is often the one who ends up being brought into some kind of unappreciated submission or ending up being dominated by the Pluto person. So this aspect actually can keep a relationship from forming because of how it causes a prickle to go down the spine of the Mars person. Somehow they know that if they get involved with the Pluto person, they're going down. So this is not typically an attractive expression of a Mars-Pluto aspect. Again, it's more about mismatched power drives. So the Mars person ends up feeling like they always get the short end of the stick, or that it's them who always ends up having to give in, or even has to give up the right to be right, or to be seen as correct by the Pluto person. So on the part of the Mars person, it's likely a perception some of the time, and it's likely a reality some of the time as well. And this is where some of the insecurity that the Mars person deals with really comes from, is this lack of clarity when it comes to their ability to correctly perceive how the Pluto person is or isn't dominating them, or when that is or isn't occurring. It's not clear to the Mars person how much they're actually responsible for when it comes to their bruised ego and their, sense of having lost, and they don't like that, or having to give in, and they don't like that. It's so easy for the Pluto person to manipulate the Mars person that, again, it's just not clear to the Mars person what's their fault and what isn't. So it creates this feeling of distrust or division in the Mars person. The Pluto person actually pretty much enjoys this aspect. So in order to work with this, the Pluto person has to give up a lot. They really have to become very, very aware of how they use their power or dominate or manipulate the Mars person, because it's easy. It's like it's an easy target in this particular case, and they're going to have to give this up, and that's going to be really hard to do. That might be one of the things that the Pluto person likes best about the relationship in a lot of cases. It's like you have to give up your prize, and what's really left over if you have to give that up. And so this aspect really requires some serious maturity to deal with. And if the Mars person starts to wake up from this and starts to come out of that Plutonic trance, that's really when this one can start to cause some problems. As long as they remain controllable, it can work out, but not really. So I hope this was helpful and brought you some clarity to this, because if you're the Mars person, you probably don't have that. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com, Facebook, Instagram, other social media at Truth and Aspect Astrology. Yes, I do private consultation. And please find me over on Patreon and support me over there. And I'll be back super soon with more super cool videos. Bye-bye.